Hi there. I'm going to make a series of videos just documenting my journey using AI to create an application, actually several applications, but one in particular, which hasn't gone live yet. And you can follow me through the whole process of building it and putting it live. Have a play with it yourself once it's up and ready to go. My journey with AI started in 2023. I wasn't very impressed with ChatGPT 3, but then in 2024, when ChatGPT 4 came out, and then we had Midjourney, which I was using a lot for making images for products that I was selling on Etsy. In fact, I still am selling stuff on there. Coffee mugs and t-shirts and things. Oh, and some very nice canvas prints, wall art, and also digital downloads. That was all very interesting. But I'm a software developer. I've been a programmer since I was 11, which is a long time ago, when very few people actually knew what a computer was. And even fewer had ever seen one. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos to do with AI and making money and using the technologies. So last year I started actually using the various software tools to create software products. So now I know there are no-code tools such as Lovable, and lots of others actually these days, that you just give it instructions, it'll create a one-page application that you can then store on a server such as Git, and if you have some sort of a small database, you can store that on what's that? I've forgotten the name of it now. I have tried it, but didn't have a lot of success. And because I have my own server, Linux server on Google Cloud Platform, and I have my SQL database, and I write in PHP and code in HTML, JavaScript. So it just is a lot easier for me to simply take the code that the AI gives me and upload it to Linux, create my own domain name, alter the Apache configuration, and I've got a brand new website in a space of minutes. So, but this is not about that technology. It's about using the AI tools and the work required to get a sizable application up and running. So I've used extensively Claude 2.5 and more recently 2.7, Sonnet, Gemini 2.5 I've used quite successfully. Perplexity I use a lot for writing documents and doing research. What else do I use? V0 I've used more recently for creating prototypes, and I've found it quite good. I used Perplexity, I think it was. No, Claude. I used Claude to give me some ideas for some simple applications that I could basically get some experience in using the tools, the technologies. So it came up with a few ideas, and I got it using V0, I think. I think I used V0 for these. Hang on, let me bring up something. No, I didn't use V0. I think I used Claude for actually building the. Oh no, I think I used built.new. Yeah, so the various tools that I've used include built.new, but I didn't have a lot of success with that. I found it would go round and round in circles, not really addressing problems, but simply coming up with random guesses as to what the problem might be, and then giving me instructions on how to fix it. And none of those would ever work. And what would start as a half decent first draft of a prototype would end up with a completely broken blank page that wouldn't do anything, and I just couldn't get back, and it would drop out, and I would lose everything and have to start again. So after about 3 weeks trying to get a simple prototype of a front page working, I gave up on build.new, moved to Visual Studio Code, had a try on that. I've also tried Cursor and used Cursor extensively. I use Visual Studio Code, or have done extensively, and also Cursor. But these things are very simple, silly little things. Funfacts.fun. Now, all of these little one-page websites took maybe an hour to build and upload into my server, and get the domain up and running, direct the DNS, and configure it my Apache, and implement my advertising in it. This is my own ad server, which I built. So it serves ads from the various affiliate marketing companies that I am a member of. These are from ClickBank. So these two are from ClickBank. Wow. The dress worn by Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz sold for $1.56 million in 2015. Well, there you go. How about that? Tongue of a blue whale weighs as much as an elephant. All of these facts, so there's 100, I think there's 100 facts in this web page. They were all generated by the AI. I didn't have to tell it the sorts of facts or where to get them from. In fact, I don't know where it got all this from. It just happens by magic. So that's funfacts.fun. Next one was rafflepicker.com. So you put in the range of numbers for your raffle tickets, and because this took a little while to get perfect. In fact, I used a couple of different tools until I got this right. So pickup lines. So these are really dumb. Again, the AI came up with these pickup lines. They're really stupid. Bestpickuplines.fun. Dailymotivation.fun. Again, these daily motivation quotes. It got these from somewhere. I have no idea where it got them from. But again, all of these took maybe an hour. Which one? Random. Yeah, some of them took a little bit longer. So this is quite good. A BMI calculator, calorie calculator, and a workout planner. And the advertising here, the code in the back end that generates these ads, I got it to, well, I use AI to actually write the code, and I got it to add in a location tracker so that I can tailor the advertising being output according to the country and city that you're in, so that if I have some locale specific adverts, like a gym, for example, they only want to be advertised to people in that city. and it also keeps the code that produces this advertising also produces uh, keeps the analytics of who's looking at what from where, and I used AI to generate that. See if I can find it actually. I haven't looked at it for a while. What's it called? Analytics, it's analytics dashboard. Analytics dashboard. So if I go to, for example, probably anywhere. Um, let's say so funfacts.fun slash advert server slash analytics dashboard dot html. Ooh, that's broken. Oh no. So if I go to whatever, last 30 days. There we go. There's data. So these are all the various websites that I have, and I settle graph, pie chart. So if we look at the United States, and it tells me these are the cities in the United States that have accessed it, the number of visits. Okay, percentage is wrong. That's okay. I don't care. Yeah, and I use AI, Claude, I think, or Gemini. It was either Claude 3.7 or Gemini 2.5 to create this, and basically, within an hour it took to create that. That's awesome. I was really impressed. Um, Option picker, if you're having trouble making a decision, you just put in all of your options here. So beer, more beer, and even more beer. Let's say I get rid of burger, sushi, tacos. Let's say I'll get rid of sushi and say click to select. And there we go. Hey, good choice. This actually took a fair while. I think I was using Claude 2.5, and I had a lot of trouble getting it to line up everything. Like things would be out of place, like the dot was over here somewhere, and yeah, it took a couple of days to get it working right. And then more recently, it came up with this game, Trump's space defender defend America against foreign interference. I just gave it basically I gave it a one sentence idea and it came up with the game, including the wording. So you may or may not come across the two boss ships in this video. It actually didn't take very long. Essentially, there was some errors, but I just had to explain to it what the errors were, and it fixed it. Here's one of the boss ships. Ah, I got a power up. Ah, I died. And we've got a leaderboard. Um, this leaderboard is actually stored in the database in the back end, or actually, I think it's a CSV file now. Um, it's been a few weeks since I created it. So yeah, that was quite cool. Um, and now another thing, now where is it? So I've got so this one I used V0. So I said I want a simple website to promote my gym. The V0 is very good for creating prototypes. Um, doesn't it doesn't need to have any functionality or anything. There's currently a website. It's not very good. Here's the current URL. I want something that is attractive, modern, responsive. At a minimum, has all the existing functionality. And it goes through and says, I'll create something modern, responsive, attractive website for Redline Fitness, and blah, 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 blah. Responsive footer, and went through a couple of, and it came out, it gave me all of this. Better over since, okay. Oh, and something that I have said, hang on, where did I say it? Up here. Replace the placeholders with actual images. Uses bold red and black color scheme. Please insert actual images that are relevant. Please convert this. Okay. Something I've been doing. All of these web development or creation tools, app creation tools, will want to use React or TypeScript or Node.js. And after many weeks of struggling with build.new and Visual Studio Code, trying to understand and fix the code, especially trying to fix it. And it was just awful because very often it can't fix it and I have to go into the code and trace it and trying to work out what's wrong. And if it's like React or Next.js or TypeScript, it's just ridiculous to try and fix it. So I always tell it, just use plain vanilla HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, no TypeScript, React, or Node.js. And then it's very easy to handle. And it came up with this, which looks really good. I downloaded the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, uploaded it to my Linux web server, and yeah, and this is the actual website. It doesn't do anything. It's just a prototype, but you can see that looks really nice. Although, and it came up with the whole design itself. I didn't have to explain what to do. I just said, copy the existing functionality, but make it more modern and attractive. One thing that I did get it to do was make this contact us page work, and it works with my SendGrid API integration interface that I have. So I have a SendGrid account for email, sending emails, and wrote a bit of PHP, or got it to write a bit of PHP in the back end. So it actually submits this form and then sends details in an email to me. So that's good. Now, I went to Upwork and did a search on there for people wanting software applications written. So that was a history of the background of how I got to this point, and the next phase is actually choosing a full-on business application and going through the processes, the tools and technologies and the concepts of building that application, which at this point of recording is not quite complete, but as you'll see in the next video, it's getting pretty close, and in future videos you can follow on the whole process of actually implementing all the functionality and seeing it go live and having a play with it in the live environment before I start marketing it. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Bye for now, catch you in the next video.